Okay, so today was a really good day. I woke up, got ready for the day, had some breakfast, and then just kind of hung around for a couple hours. And then at like 1-ish, me, Maribel, and Nella went to the city center again, but this time we went to get fish for dinners and stuff. And so we went like inside to this big room with a bunch of fish vendors, and it smelled really bad at first, but then I got used to it. And it was really cool to see all the fish, and I was mesmerized by this one guy, what's that called? Filleting a fish, cutting a fish, whatever. It was very satisfying. And then there was also like in a hallway next to it there were like vegetable vendors and like other types of things like seasonings and then like beef and stuff. So that was cool. And then we went to the store, bought some groceries, and then we went to another store and bought some more groceries, and then we came home, and then we waited for like half an hour while Maribel made lunch, and then we all had lunch, and I think it was good, but I can't remember what we had. And then after lunch we just kind of hung out for a while. It was me, Maria, and Nella most of the time, and then Maribel joined us for a little bit. And it was really fun. We just kind of chatted, and yeah, it was really fun. And then at like 8:30, Nella and I went on a jog, and we went 1.3 miles today, so 2 kilometers, and I think we have a route figured out. It's just like around the park, so we have to do a little over 2 laps, which some would find boring, but I'm cool with it. So yeah, the jog was really fun, and we went faster than the last couple days because we didn't have to do the like elevation and everything. Like it was just all flat, no uphill. And then we came back, and we talked about tongue twisters with Maria. So she looked up Spanish tongue twisters. I told them about the Mama Chima tongue twister for Chinese. And then Nella also told us some tongue twisters in Finnish, and it was really fun. And then I told them about how I couldn't pronounce the like double R's. And so they tried teaching me, and it did not work at all, but I really want to learn because I can't pronounce the words correctly. And then I went up, took a shower, called Mom for a little bit, and then went down to dinner, I think, and had dinner and tried to watch TV, but the TV is like kind of broken, so every couple minutes it'll just kind of turn off, and then you have to turn it back on. But tonight it was happening like every couple seconds instead of every couple minutes, and so I don't know what they did, but eventually they got it figured out, and we were watching Baywatch, but then I had to leave after like 20 minutes because it's like after 11:30 and I want to go to bed. So yeah. And I asked an exchange student who's been here since February, because she's Australian, so her school year is February to December. So I asked her about if she like knew anything about what prior knowledge I'm expected to have for the first year of Bachillerato of Sciences, and she asked her friend, and the friend said that you really don't have to know anything because it's their first year of like more specified learning too, so I should be fine, hopefully. And Monday, the first day of school, is in 2 days, so freaking out a little bit, but also really excited. But the interesting thing is that for the first day at my school, not at Nella's, but at my school, it's the first day isn't really a first day. Like it's just meeting with a bunch of information, basically. Like I explained yesterday, I only have to be there at 10:30. I don't have to be there at 8:15 like usual. So I'm there at 10:30. And then the Australian exchange student who's been here for a while said that the information meeting should only take like an hour tops. So school is literally an hour for me on Monday, which is kind of weird. But I have to figure out how I'm getting there because all the buses are kind of far from the house. It's like a 15-minute walk to the bus stop to pick me up, and then after they drop me off, it's like a 5-minute walk to school, which is 20 minutes, and it's a 30-minute walk there, just walking. So I'll have to figure out what I'm doing. because the bike tires are flat and they have a leak or something, and they haven't gotten them fixed yet. Anyway, so yeah, I got some stuff to figure out, but today was really fun. Some family bonding, but I'm so sad because Maria is leaving on Monday. And she's not coming back till Christmas. But oh my god, I'm so excited for Christmas because I think they really like party it up and like they really dress up. Like we went shopping with Maribel a couple of days ago in the city center when we went the first time, and there were these like really fancy dresses, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you guys are gonna need one of these for like Christmas and the New Year." I don't like ever dress up that much, but I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready for bed and then go to bed, and yeah, that was my day. And also, I uploaded my second YouTube video today, so that's cool. Okay, bye. Hey, so today was the last day of summer vacation. And it was pretty good. I woke up, got ready for the day, got some breakfast, hung out with Maria for a little bit, and then just kind of laid on the couch for a little while. And then I went upstairs, made my bed, made it pretty well, if I do say so myself. And then I braided Maria's hair so that it's wavy tomorrow, and she really liked it. And then I did Nella's hair, and it didn't turn out that well, but I'll redeem myself eventually. And then I just kind of hung around and knitted for a little bit, and I started decreasing the hat enough that I needed to switch to 5 needles. But I don't have the double pointed needle, so I'm just making do with what I have, and it looks a little funky, but it's okay. And then I met some of Maribel's friends. It's like her friend's husband and daughter and dog. So I met them, and then we got ready to go to the beach. So I got changed, packed my bag, and then we picked up the friend whose husband and daughter we had met. So we picked up the friend. We headed over to the beach. It was like a half-hour drive. We went to the city, Puerto Santa Maria. We had a lot of fun. Well, at first it was a lot of fun, but we ended up staying for 4 hours, which was a little bit much for me. But we had a nice little picnic lunch, and then I waded into the water a little bit with Nella, and then just kind of laid in the sun for a little bit. Then I got bored, so I read, and for a while. And then eventually we left. And then we came back home. I called my family, took a shower, ate dinner, and recording this, and then I'm going to bed. So yeah, big day tomorrow, first day of school. But it's only an hour, so not really first day of school. So yeah, that's my day. Hi, so first of all, I don't know if you can tell right now, but I'm really red because I just ran with Nella. We ran 1.3 miles again, but we ran it faster this time, so that's cool. Today was the first day of school, but not really, because again, I only had an hour of it. So I woke up at like 8, and then got ready to go, got ready for the day, got some breakfast. It's very common to drink either hot cocoa or coffee in the mornings here, and I actually love it. I never really drinking hot cocoa in the morning before because it's always like a cozy night in drink for me, but I actually love it because the sugar gives you a boost, kind of like caffeine, without having to actually drink caffeine, so that's really cool. And so after I had my breakfast and everything, then I was getting ready for the bus, and then Maribel came home and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go with you to the bus stop," which was news to me because I was expecting to just go alone because I thought she was working today, which apparently she wasn't. And anyway, we had a miscommunication and I missed the bus and ended up having to walk the whole way, which was half an hour. And it was not the most enjoyable thing ever because I was in Converse, which like aren't uncomfortable, they're just also not very comfortable either. And it was kind of hot because even though it was only like 9:30, 10, it was, I mean, it's the summer and it was like 80 something degrees and it was too hot for my liking. But anyway, I made it to the school and I had to go to the secretary to get some things settled. And I got this document which will give me like a deal on bus rides. So I get $7.50 for a month instead of €10 each time. So that's cool because until the bikes are fixed, I'm going to have to use the bus. So I got that document and figured out which classroom I'm going to be in. But today, the parents of my school arranged a protest. And so at 10:30, which was when I was supposed to have the information session, there was a big protest out front, in front of the school. And so the people were like banging pan lids. And they were crossing the street repeatedly to stop cars so that it was like they gained more attention. And there was a news channel there, I think, and so I might be in a recording. And it was crazy, and it lasted like half an hour, 45 minutes. And so class was supposed to be from 10:30 to 11:30ish, but it ended up being from 11:15 to 12 because of the delay. And it was pretty crazy. The teachers were actually supportive of it too because it's for another building for the school because it's a little overcrowded. And so I remember seeing this kid banging the pan lids. This teacher comes up, takes the lids out of the kid's hand and goes, "No, you gotta go like this." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So that it was louder, which I thought was really funny. And then I had the information meeting. I got my schedule. I'll post a picture. And then I went back to secretary to figure some more things out, and then caught the bus back home, but the bus stop is kind of far, and so I still ended up walking 20 minutes even though I took the bus. But since I didn't know that they didn't take credit card, I didn't have €1.10 in cash. I only had 20, and the guy didn't want to give me change, and so he just let me ride the bus for free, which was cool. And then I got home, knitted, watched some TV, did some reading, and then ate lunch. And then after lunch, just more hanging out, knitting, reading, watching TV. And then I knitted Nella's hair. I braided Nella's hair. And since I had that document for the deal on the bus ticket, I was gonna go like do the thing to get the actual ticket tonight. But I missed, or I wouldn't have made the bus that I was aiming for. And the next one might have been too late to the point of the place being closed. And Nella didn't get the document today either, so I think we'll just go together tomorrow, and that'll be fine. And then more hanging out and knitting and watching TV. And then Nella and I went on a run, and then I took a shower. And it's 9:50 and I have to eat dinner now because I'm getting up early tomorrow. I'm getting up at like 6:30 tomorrow, which is horrible. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat dinner and then go to bed. So yeah, that was my day. Also, Maria left today, which is so sad, but yeah. Anyway, that was my day. So today was a full day. It was the first day of school. So I got up at 6:30, got ready for the day, got some breakfast, got dressed, and then we left for the bus stop. We were supposed to leave at 7:30, but we ended up leaving more like 7:33. And so we walked really fast to the bus stop so that we wouldn't miss it. Luckily we got there in time, but we were rushing so fast that I tripped on the stairs and scraped and bruised my knee. So that's fun. But I put ice on it, so it's not bruised too bad, but it still sucks. And so we got on the bus, dropped off Nella first, and then I got dropped off, and there were these two really nice girls who told me when to get off the bus. So thanks to them. And then I got to school at there's a mosquito flying around, so I'm paranoid. I got to school at 8 and then waited for the gates to open. And so I found my classroom, and then school started at 8:15, and I had bio first. And so my bio teacher seems nice, but I don't know. I don't know that I'll like bio, and I think it'll be a little hard or boring. But I might switch out. I might try to do technical drawing instead. We'll see. I'll update you tomorrow. And then after bio, it was really boring. The teacher literally talked to us for 10 minutes, and then everyone just chatted for the rest of the 45, 50 minutes. And then after that, I had philosophy. And philosophy is definitely going to be hard because she gave us a vocab sheet of Latin words and the Spanish definitions, and you were supposed to match them up. And I knew literally not a single one. Not a single one. So I had to copy off of people. But it's okay. I have the definitions now, so I'll have that as a little cheat sheet for later in the year. And then after that, I had English, which was, oh my god, so hard, of course. And then after English, there was recreo, so snack time. And I had my snack, talked to a teacher to get my email set up, because they use Google Classroom and you have to use your email for Google Classroom. And so the girl I sit next to, Cristina, is really nice. And so she accompanied me to the person to talk to get the email figured out. And then after recreo, we had math, and I just sit with Christina everywhere because most of our classes are in the same classroom anyway. But we went to the classroom next door for math, and I think it's going to be pretty easy because I think I already learned all the topics last year, but that's fine. If I have one easy class, it'll be nice, I think. And the teacher seems cool, I guess. And then after English, we were supposed to have chemistry/physics, but the teacher just wasn't there for some reason, so we got a free period. But I had nothing to do because no one talked to me. I've talked to Cristina and her boyfriend Fernando, and literally no one else. No one else has walked up to me, and I'm a little too scared to walk up to other people. It's kind of weird though, because I thought people would flock around me because I'm a new kid, but hopefully more people talk to me tomorrow. And so I did an hour of literally nothing because my book is on my phone and phones aren't allowed. So I didn't do anything. And then we had lengua, which is it's just Spanish. It's literature and all that, which is going to be horrible. So that's great. And the teacher was kind of hard to understand, and the material seems like it'll be hard. But I talked to the teacher after class and was like, hey, I'm studying abroad, just letting you know. And he was like, okay, what I did last year is I just didn't make the person do part of the test evaluations, so he might cut some stuff out of a test for me. So that's cool, because I'll probably fail it anyway, but at least I'll have a better chance now. And so yeah, that was my day. I noticed though that everyone raises their hand like this or this. They don't go like this, hey, I'm here. They go, hey, I'm here. Which I think is funny. And the teachers in general, I can understand most of what they're saying. I can get the gist of what they're saying, except for my lengua teacher. He mumbles or slurs his words or something, and I could understand maybe 30% of what he was saying. We had homework and I didn't even understand. I had to ask Cristina because I didn't get the memo. But my philosophy teacher, did I say? Oh yeah, I said I had philosophy. My philosophy teacher is really easy to understand, so that's cool because I think it'll be a hard subject for me. And so yeah, after school, I almost got on the wrong bus, but thankfully the two really nice girls from the morning caught me in time and told me to get on the next bus because they're both called Especial Instituto, but one is for Almonia and one is for something else. And so it's almost the exact same name, and you have to know what to look for, exactly what to look for to get on the right bus, which is so confusing. But I got on the right one, and the bus was free today for some kind of city transit celebration, whatever. So I got on the bus, And then the bus picked up Nella, and then we got home together. We ate lunch, just chilled for a little bit, and then we went out to, we went to like a city bus pass giver outer because I had the document of enrollment from my school, and so from that then I get a month pass for $8.50 instead of having to pay €1.10 every time I get on the bus, so that's cool. And while we were there, I did some shopping, and I already got something for Cookie, Grandma, and Aunt Shala, so yeah. And it was really fun, and so I have a bus pass now. I feel so, I don't know, like, not validated. What's that word? I feel so, oh my god, what's that word? I can't remember the word, but I feel so something. I think you get the idea. And then Nella and I were gonna go home, and so I was like, okay, we were trying to be home by 8:30 to call our friend Yule, and so I was like, okay, what bus is there? And I bought a belt too. And so I was looking on the app, and I was like, okay, what is there? And it was 7:59, and I looked, and there was one line that was leaving at 8:06, one bus leaving at 8:36, and one bus leaving at 8:42. It's just like, okay, can we make the 8:05 one? And so I put it on Google Maps, and it says it'll take 8 minutes to walk there, but we only have 5 minutes. And so Nella and I half speed walk, half run to the bus stop, and we make there just in time. They literally pull away less than a minute after we got on the bus, so good thing we ran. And so we get, as we're on the bus, I check my phone, and since I was rushing so much, I didn't see that Maribel texted me and said that she was going to be gone for an hour. So we got back to the house, no one was home, and so Nella and I had to just hang out outside for 45 minutes because no one was home, and there were mosquitoes not swarming us, I'm dramatic. There were like a couple mosquitoes, and so I was constantly moving like I am now, sorry about the fidgeting, to try to avoid getting bitten. And I was really bored, so I was just like yapping. But I taught Nella the basics for bachata and salsa, and I tried to show her hustle from a video on YouTube, but none of them were good because they were all West Coast. And then Maribel and Gabriel came back with a new TV because the old one is broken now. And then I'm recording this, and then I'm gonna maybe edit, and then I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So yeah, that was my day. And also there were only like 16 people in my bio class, but then there were 36 in my philosophy class. And I went to the bathroom, and there was no toilet paper in my stall, and so I thought it was just like a fluke, which is annoying, but whatever. And so I told the girl who was gonna go in after me, like, hey, there's no toilet paper, and she's like, oh, there never is. There's never toilet paper? Apparently you have to ask at the office for toilet paper, which is ridiculous. And then I went to wash my hands, no soap or paper towels. Good thing I ate before, not after. And then also, the boys and the girls talk to each other a lot. Like at my school, there's a divide, like a obvious divide. Like the girls hang out over here, and the boys hang out over there, and they don't really talk unless it's like giggling, like whatever. But here, they all act like cousins. Like they're shoving each other and like talking with each other and like teasing each other. And even the teacher is teasing. Like the teacher is very like informal, I guess. Like they talk with the students, and the students don't have to raise their hand. They just kind of chat in the middle of class, and it's very different, but it's cool. But then also, the students seem less mature. Like, at least in my bio class, in my philosophy class, there were more people, and I think the average age went up, or the average mental age went up. But at least in my bio class, people seemed like 9th graders, not 11th graders. So, that was interesting. But, okay, that was my day. Hey, okay, so first of all, I was so right to be paranoid yesterday during my recording because I got 9 bug bites last night from being inside. What the heck? And today when I took a shower, I killed 3 mosquitoes just in the bathroom before taking a shower. what the heck? So my arm is covered, and I'm not gonna insert a picture because that's disgusting, and I wouldn't want to see that, so I'm not gonna subject you to seeing that, even though I have to see it every day. But I'll be nice. My day was okay, and not many people talk to me again, but I'm gonna try to be brave tomorrow and talk to people. And so, okay, I woke up at like 6:45, and then I got ready for the day, ate breakfast, the usual, and then we went to the bus, got on the bus. I had my pass this time, felt so official, that word, official, and then got dropped off at school, went to my first class, but before school, I talked to the secretary because he's who's been helping me a lot. He's the person who's been helping me a lot. So I was like, hey, is it possible to switch from bio to technical drawing, or I think mom calls it whatever, technical drawing? And he was like, I don't know, I'll check and I'll get back to you. And so then during my first class, which was like the non-religious option for religion, does that make sense? Like you have 4 religions to choose from, one of which is the non-religious one. So I don't know what we do in that class, but all I know it's like the religion substitute. It was a class, okay, and we didn't do anything. But while we were in the middle of it, the secretary came in and he was like, yeah, it's okay to switch because it's only the second day, so you haven't missed much. I was like, okay, great. And he was like, okay, so third period or third hour, they say, go to this room instead of that room. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just go with Christina because she's in technical drawing. And so then after that religion whatever class, I had physics/chemistry. And today we actually had a teacher. And so chemistry is going to be the first trimester, and then physics is going to be, I think, second and third. But this teacher is just long-term substituting for a different teacher, so we'll only have her for the first trimester. But we actually did stuff. So like she wrote down chemical compounds, I think, and then we were supposed to write like the letter version, like the abbreviated version, and then something else. And then she gave us the abbreviated version, and we had to write down the like whole word version. And so I technically took chem last year, but I did not learn a single chemistry topic. So I didn't get any of them. Out of 27, I got 0. So that's great. Chem is going to be hard. And then after chem, I had technical drawing, and I was 1 day behind, but I didn't miss too much. I should be able to make it up tomorrow because I got the materials today, so I should be able to make it up tomorrow after school. I just didn't have time tonight. But it was actually so cool. Like we did a little bit of technical drawing in 9th grade math. I just didn't know what it was, but I really like it with the compass and the triangles, and I feel so cool. I don't know, I really like it. I think I'm gonna like that class a lot. And then I had recreo, and so I ate my snack with Christina, her boyfriend, her cousin, who I think is Maria, and Valeria, I want to say, was her friend. So yeah, had snack. And then after snack, I had math, and what we learned was just review for me from last year, but it sounds like it was review for them too, so once we actually start getting into stuff, I'll see if I'm ahead of them or behind, or ahead of them or at the same place, because I don't think I'm behind. And then after math, I had, I had like technical, like tech creations or something. Yeah, like computers, like tech creations, I don't know. We did literally nothing. That's why I don't know what it was. Literally, like the teacher just chatted with the kids the whole time. That's been happening a lot. Like the teachers don't actually do anything. They just kind of talk to the kids. And I'm sure like actual school will start up soon, but right now it's just And after that, I had PE, and we didn't do PE. The teacher just got to know us and was talking, of course. But he seems cool. He seems nice. And then I went to the bus stop and waited for the bus. Then rode the bus home. And Paula is one of the girls from yesterday who helped me with the bus, and she's really nice. She doesn't go to my school, but she's in the 4th year of ESO, which is just 1 year below me, and she's really nice. And so we rode the bus together, and yeah, and then I got home, ate lunch, switched some notes from paper to notebook, did some editing, and then Nella and I went into the center because she needed to get her bus pass and I needed to get the materials for my math class, and so I got some things for class, so that's cool. And then I looked for a present for Cookie, but I couldn't find the right thing, but I have an idea, so I just have to keep looking. And then we rode the bus back home. I came back, organized my stuff because I was kind of a mess, went on a tiny little walk, like a 10-minute walk, and then came back, took a shower, ate dinner. I'm recording this, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth and go to bed. And I'm wearing pants today. I got smart. I'm wearing pants in the house so that the mosquitoes can't get to my legs. But I think we have them more under control today than yesterday because we turned out the lights upstairs so that they aren't attracted to go up, because like our light is on but the door is closed, so we're good. Okay, that's my day. Hey, so today was a roller coaster. I woke up, got ready for the day, the usual, got breakfast, headed off to school, rode the bus. I saw Paula and her friend, said hi, and then I got to school, and I had math first. So I sat down in my usual spot between Fernando, which is Cristina's boyfriend, and then also next to this girl that I haven't talked to yet, but I plan to talk to her tomorrow. And before school started, I said hi to someone. I know, so brave. So I talked to Mario, Anna, and Martina, I think. No, Marta. It was just very brief, like, hi, what's your name? Do you like math? Like, just very basic stuff, and it was a little awkward. But it was okay, saved by the bell, because then class started. So then we had math class, and oh my god, it was so boring. It was horrible, because I already know the stuff they're learning, but they teach it in a different way, so I'm just really confused until they get the end product, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, I know how to do that. You just can't explain it to me that way. And like, I'm still a little bit lost because I don't understand why they care about what they're it's I don't know how to explain it, but like, we'll see it tomorrow, because it's just, they're teaching it really weird because I'm not used to it. But then after that we had digital creations or something, digital creations and computational thinking, which I thought was going to be really easy, like how to use Google Drive and making slideshow presentations, because it's digital creations. But no, it's like circuit board, like physics, electricity, voltage, which I don't know how any of that stuff works. So I'm like way lost. And the teacher is not the easiest person to understand either. And so I'm just sitting there like taking notes, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm writing, but I'm writing it, so hopefully it'll help me later. And what really I found interesting was that, okay, first of all, everyone makes their notes really neat. Like, everyone full on uses highlighters and multiple different kinds of pens, because they don't use pencils. They're too fancy for that. They use pens. And they use like 3 different colored pens and like a bunch of different highlighters, and so they make the title all fancy, and then they organize it all fancy, and their handwriting is perfect, and they have whiteout with them. They don't just scribble it out, they use whiteout. And so the teacher, and then the teacher, you know how I was taking notes? he was writing on a Google document. The teacher was writing on a Google document, and so I was taking notes as he was writing on the doc, but everyone else was just watching, and I was like, am I not supposed to take notes on this? And I was like, no, I should have this for myself. And then after he was done, he gave them time to take notes, and first of all, that's surprising, because at my school, you just take notes as the teacher's talking. They don't give you time afterwards, or if they do, it's very brief. But not only did he give them time, he gave them so much time. I'm talking like 10 minutes, because of course they have to make everything all fancy, and they have to write it down in the perfect little handwriting, and it takes forever, and I'm like, it's not that deep. Like 2 minutes tops. But I guess I shouldn't complain because it wastes class time, so that was really boring. And then after that, I had philosophy, and in philosophy, we just made like a timeline, so it was fine. I definitely don't know as much as they do, and I feel really dumb in class. I just learned about Alejandro Magno, or Monia, or something. Like, I've never heard that name before, but apparently he's a really important philosopher. But the timeline was fine because I just was like copying what she was writing. And my philosophy teacher is easy to understand, so that's cool. And then recreo time, and I ate my sandwich, which is called a bocadillo. And then after that, I had lengua, which is Spanish. And lengua was actually so good. Like, I expected I thought it would be hard, I thought it would be boring, I thought I would hate it, but it was, okay. I introduced myself to the lengua teacher last time I had the class, so Tuesday, as an exchange student, so he knew I was an exchange student today, and so he made sure I understood things. He, went to the side and was like, do you know what this means? I was like, yeah. Or if I didn't know, then he explained it really briefly, and then I understood what it meant. And so I kept up the entire time. I was so proud of myself. And we had homework to read notes. And then today in class, we started the homework, and I actually understood what we were doing. And it was engaging and interesting, which I am not used to. I usually hate language/literature classes, but all the teachers are pretty good here. And so I really enjoyed it, and he assigned homework. So there were 4 parts of the homework to do, one of which we did in class, and then there were only 3 parts of homework. But I'll get to that later. And then after that, I had technical drawing. Technical drawing was really interesting, very engaging, very, it took all my brain power, which I like. It was in a good way, not a draining way, but kept all your attention way. And so I really like it. I really like technical drawing. I think it's so cool. And I'll insert some pictures of what we worked on today. I had my own supplies today, so that was cool. And then after that, I had English. First they did a listening exercise, so listening and then answering questions about it, and it was so easy. It was level A2, and I don't know if you know what that means, but basically the lowest level of language knowledge is A1, and the highest level is C2. So they were listening to A2 listening exercises, and I had to do it. I had to listen to this British person talk about going to college and getting a business degree at 0.5 speed and answer what their degree was. I had to do that. I asked, hey, do I really have to do this? And she was like, yeah. Yep. And then after that, we had a worksheet. I swear, one of the prompts was, write in 20 words what you would do if you met the president. What? Or write 20 words about where you think you'll be in 20 years. We did that stuff in first grade, kindergarten. Why do I have to do this? But I actually learned something because, does anyone actually know what a relative pronoun is? I think that's what it's called. Because I don't. I had no idea what a relative pronoun was, and so I literally had to look it up on Google. And okay, there were these two sentences that you were supposed to connect with a relative pronoun, right? And I could not figure out which one it was, so I literally had to ask my Spanish classmate for help with the English homework, okay? Because, okay, I ended up getting the answer, but it literally makes no sense. Okay, the sentence is, my boyfriend lives in LA when he was born in Okinawa. How does that make sense? So when is the relative pronoun, right? But no other relative pronouns fit that sentence, and so it has to be when, but it sounds so bad, and I'm like, why are you learning this stuff? It's so stupid. It doesn't even sound natural. Like, whatever. But guys, it's not just me, because a bunch of other people didn't know what it was too, but I'm really curious to see if you know. So comment whether you know or you don't know what a relative pronoun is without looking it up, because I never heard that phrase in my life. And then, so that was my last class of the day. And then it was raining when I got out of class. It was like sprinkling, and then it started raining really hard, and then it went away. By the time I went on the bus, so that was cool. I just stayed under the overhang until the bus came. And then I got on the bus, went home, had some lunch, and then I had homework. And I had literally 3 hours of homework because it's in Spanish, which makes it harder. But then also I'm very particular about the technical drawing, and so I was trying to make everything perfect, and so it took literally forever. So I spent like an hour and a half on technical drawing, and then I spent a while on lengua, because reading the notes is hard, because like you're learning like technical literature stuff, except I have to do it in Spanish. But I was so proud of myself. Oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. I read through the notes, barely using Google Translate, like only for a couple words. But like, so I read all the notes pretty much without Google Translate, and then those 3 parts of the homework that I still had, I did 2 of them completely without Google Translate or any help, and the 3rd one I only had to use Google Translate for like 1 word, literally 1 word, and then I wasn't entirely sure if my answer was right, and so I texted Cristina to check, and she was like, yeah, no, that's right. Guys, I did my Spanish lengua homework basically on my own with no text. I know, pretty cool. And then I also had the English homework because of the stupid relative pronoun. And I think that was all the homework I had. Oh, I had to do some definitions for the tech class, which is really physics and electricity and whatever. But yeah, and then after that, by the time I was done, it was like 8. And so then I knitted and watched like a YouTube video, and then Nella and I went on jogs. We went 1.3 miles again. Slower than last time, but faster than the time before that. And considering I was drained from like the homework and everything, I'll take it, okay? I'll take it. And then came back, took a shower, had dinner. Dinner was really good. I loved dinner today. There's a lot of potatoes and eggs in Andalusian dishes, like potatoes with eggs. It's interesting. And then I got ready for bed. I'm recording this, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, but on our way back from the bus stop this afternoon, like from the bus stop to home, so I'm determined to learn to pronounce the double R's, right? And so I literally looked up a video tutorial on YouTube, and I'm making some serious progress. I actually did the double R twice, but only for like a split second, but still it happened, okay? And I'm getting a lot better. So I'm hopeful that in a couple weeks I will have mastered it. I'll keep you posted. I know you care so much. But yeah, that was my day. Hey, so was today a day? I did the usual. I got up, got ready for the day, ate breakfast, went on the bus, saw Paula, and I still haven't learned the other girl's name. And then I went to school, And my first class of the day was English. And it's so stupid. Today I had to write 120 words about what I want to be when I grow up. But the question wasn't even written correctly. It was, what do you want to become in your life? What? If I have better grammar than the actual prompt of the assignment, do I really need to be doing the assignment? No, I don't. But I asked the teacher, I was like, hey, like, do I really need to do this? She was like, well, yeah, you'll be an example. And I was like, these people don't need an example. And also, what if I don't want them reading my private aspirations for my future? Like, it's stupid, but whatever. And after that, I had technical drawing, and I loved it. It was fun. I always like technical drawing, but I got a bug bite. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not that itchy. And the ones from a couple days ago have already faded and aren't very itchy anymore, so it'll be fine. And I've learned, see, I got my arms covered and my legs covered. I'm learning. And then after technical drawing, I had technology. And technology is actually so hard. I think before I called it digital creations, but everyone calls it technology, so that's what I'm calling it now. But it's like full on like circuit boards and like volts and ohmios. I only know it in Spanish, ohmios. But it's like actually a class, not just like an easy pass class. So that was a surprise. But so at the beginning of class, I felt like kind of behind, as I do in all of my classes. But then I learned how to do it, and I actually really liked the class. It was so fun, just like learning, like, I don't know, we had to come up with the total energy of a circuit board, and I figured it out. I mean, I needed a lot of help, but now I know, and it was really fun to learn that. And then we had recreo, and after recreo, and during recreo, I talked to this girl who seems nice, but I don't know that we're really gonna be friends. Like, we get along, but we just don't have that, like, I don't know, we just don't have that bond, you know, but we'll see. And so she showed me the school library, which is absolutely tiny. The school is tiny. There's 800 kids. I already said that. And then after recreo, I had math. And math is like really confusing because it's something I already know how to do. They're teaching it in a different way. And so I'm just like, the explanation is confusing me because I only understand like half of it because the teacher is hard to understand. So yeah, math wasn't great. And then after math, I had physics and chemistry, and oh my god, okay. So technically I took chemistry last year at DHS, but like not actually, right? Because it's like the only chemistry things I learned were like how many valence electrons some elements had. Like that's all I learned. I didn't know how to balance equations or anything. And so these people have been learning chemistry for I think 2 years now. And so I'm jumping into the deep end of it. I have absolutely no idea what's happening because of the language, but also even if I spoke Spanish fluently, or even if they were teaching in English, I would have no idea what's going on because I don't have the base knowledge of what they're learning. I don't know anything, and it was so hard, and I was just doing my best to copy the slides. But I was completely lost the entire time. It was bad. But then after that we had lengua, and you know how I did the homework yesterday pretty much without Google Translate? Well, turns out all of my answers were right, so yeah. And so we had lengua, and I actually really liked it, which is like so weird. I was not expecting to enjoy a literature class, but apparently just this unit is good, and then the teacher said that next unit is a little more boring, but oh well. I think I'll still enjoy it somewhat because I like the teacher. And then after school, I rode the bus to talk to Paula. It's also really tough to make friends because no one really talks to me. I'm not sure why. I've tried talking to a couple people and they just haven't really kept the conversation going. And with the language and being shy, I can't keep the conversation going either, so I just don't really talk to people. But I'm trying to just have patience, and I'll make friends eventually. It's just tough right now. But Paula from the bus is really nice, so it's fun seeing her before school and after school. So I have a nice beginning and end to my school day. I then came home, ate lunch, did homework. I did some lingua homework and some math homework, and then I had to do chemistry homework, and oh my god, I was freaking out about chemistry. I full on had a breakdown. It was bad. And so I called my mom, and then I worked on chemistry for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then I called my sister and her partner so that they could help explain chemistry to me because I was so lost. Talked to them for a little bit and didn't end up getting much more work done because I was just so over it by then. But maybe I'll try more this weekend. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I hope I can switch classes because it's just horrible. I have no idea what's happening. And why would they want me in a class if I'm just lost the entire time? So hopefully I can switch. But yeah, that was pretty bad. So then to unwind and calm down a little bit, I watched YouTube and knitted, and that worked like a charm. I'm working on a scarf from Maria, so that's cool. And then I went downstairs for dinner. We had dinner a little late today, 10:15, but it was homemade pizza, so that was really good with pineapple. And then we just kind of chilled downstairs for a little bit, watched Fuller House, because the Netflix profile is on kids mode, so we can't watch anything interesting. Nell and I have been watching the Twilight series, but then anyway, the profile we're using now, we can only watch kid stuff, so no more Twilight. And then, so yeah, ate dinner, hung out, and then I'm recording this, getting ready for bed, and going to bed. And I'm so tired, I'm sure you can tell. But yeah, that was my day.